My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. I've worked about 10,000 cases. I'm a national expert in resolution matters. I worked for IRS for a decade. I've been doing tax defense for about 4 decades. This August, I will have been doing this work for 50 years. So I just want you to know I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. You can go to my website. You've probably seen me on TV at 777irs.com. That's my website. You can see my TV news interviews. I've been on Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, Newsmax, News Nation, whatever. Anyway, I just want to tell you I do these videos for 3 reasons. Give you insider information from an IRS perspective. Very few people can do that, especially on the offer and compromise. I taught the program. Myself and Peter Salinger have worked over, 2,000-3,000 offers and compromise, reviewed them or looked at them. I try to educate you to give you the information and fact that you need. And then I want to give you enough information so you can make informed decisions on the case and on your process of thinking on really what you need to do well. You can find, if you want to contact us or want to use us, you can find us in the description section below. Today I want to talk about the offer and compromise. Like I said, I worked the program when I was there many, many years ago. Peter Salinger just left. He was in charge of one of the offer groups. So I'm good, but Peter's better than me. I just want to let you know. So Peter works the offers really at our firm. Julie Lynch does an excellent job. We usually get all our offers through. That's because we don't file every case. It's not an offer and compromise case. We have to look at your case and make a determination, even whether you're case worthy, because you're going to get ripped off by a lot of people. So be careful. Today I want to talk to you about how does IRS go ahead and review your offer and compromise, and what are the things they are looking for. So as a former IRS agent, I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for on your financial statement and how I'm going to work your offer. The 2 things, first of all, they ask you 8 million questions. If they add more questions to this form, it's going to be a 17-page form. It's just a pain in the ass to go through all the questions, but with the onset of digital assets and everything, IRS has expanded the questions. When I was there, the financial statement used to be just 2 pages. It just gets bigger and bigger, longer and longer, and you'll see with crypto, and like I said, in the digital wallets, they're going to be asking a lot more questions in a lot more areas, and they really need to for the offer and compromise. An accepted offer and compromise is a matter of public inspection, and many times, depending on the dollar amount, they have to be reviewed by district consul attorneys to make sure everything looks good on the offer, which most of the time, in fact, they are. So as a former analyst of the offer and compromise revenue officer, there's two main things. There's a lot of ancillary things, but the 2 things you need to be concerned about are what are the asset values you have. IRS is going to check your asset values. They want to make sure they're right. IRS is not going to settle your case for less than the market value of your assets. So if your assets are worth, $100,000, your home is discounted 20%, you can't submit an offer for any less than $100,000 if you owe $100,000 in tax. They're just not going to accept it. So IRS is going to do a close analysis on what you're putting down. Everything really is pretty commonplace for real estate. They're going to use realtor.com and Zillow.com. So I just want you to know that. Now, if you're off from Realtor or Zillow, it's not making a lot of sense and putting that form down. You're going to need to have your own evaluation. If something is wrong with your home, you need to have a general contractor go ahead and give IRS pictures in your offer package to let them know why that valuation is incorrect. And this is big. This can save you much money. We submit an offer and compromise recently that Zillow and Realtor.com had a much inflated figure, but there were cracks in the foundation, and to fix those cracks was about $150,000. So We did an analyzation of the facts, and the case is in right now, but that's what it takes to go ahead and get an offer through. You want to find a way to take what is a normal property value. If you think you should go ahead and have a lesser value, show IRS why. The other thing that's huge is the IRS National Standard Program. IRS wants to know how much you make, what your income is, and where that money goes. This is the big aha that trips most people up. IRS has what they call standards for what they allow. I always like to have people look at the 433A, page 4 form. It breaks out exactly the expenses IRS is going to allow, and on there's a section there for IRS use only. IRS is only going to allow you so many expenses for food and clothing. You can put that in your toolbar. IRS National Standards for Food and Clothing, IRS National Expenses for Housing and Utilities, IRS National Expenses for car ownership cost of a car, IRS National Expenses for vehicle like driving around and stuff, the operation of the vehicle. IRS is going to lock you in that. If you do not understand the IRS National Standards Program, don't file the offer by yourself, because it's a killer. You're going to waste your time, you're going to extend the statute of limitations, and it's not worth it. On small cases, go ahead and do those small cases by yourself. There's nothing wrong with trying your own offer and compromise, but remember, it extends the statute a year plus the time it's in offer status. And it leaves IRS a paper trail sometimes to your assets, so you got to be careful. If it's a large case, you have to hire somebody like us who are really true experts, or whoever you feel comfortable. Anyway, those are the things you have to know. Remember, you have to keep compliant on the filing of your tax returns, and more importantly, you have to be current on your estimate payments or withholding. If this video was good, please give me a subscription. We thrive on subscriptions because YouTube says, well, the more subscriptions, the better there you are. That's what all these YouTube stations are looking for. Just giving you just a general shout out. You can give me a like, give me a comment. You want me to do a YouTube? I try to get back to all my questions. I get a lot of questions sometimes in a day, more than you can imagine. Anyway, find me in the description section. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.